Good morning, good morning. It is Sunday, March 1st. I love when the month starts on a Sunday. I just love it. I'm on my way to church, but I stopped at a deli just to pick up a smoothie because I didn't have enough time to make myself breakfast before I left for church. And so I'm gonna get a smoothie, go to church, then we have grocery shopping later, then I need to study. I want to do my hair, so looking forward to that. I'm going to try a new style. It's something that I've tried before, but I want to try a new way, and I bought a new tool. I'll do my hair, and then I have dinner with Imani later. So yeah, pretty packed Sunday. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Thanks. Hey. All right, so I'm back home. Church was great. I feel like there's never a time where church is not great. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, there's never a time where I'm like, oh, church was bleh. I had like a nice moment of worship this morning before I went to church, and during my worship, I had prayed some things, and the fact that Pastor echoed those same sentiments during his sermon, as well as his prayer before the sermon, just confirmed that that's what the Lord was telling me. And then also this morning before I left for church, when I was praying or after I was praying, I was like, I feel like there's going to be an altar call today that I need to go to. And so sometimes I am obedient and there's an altar call and I'm like, yeah, that one's for me. And I'll go up. But then sometimes there's an altar call that I know is for me and I will just sit in my seat, because I used to have this thing where if I went to the altar call the week before, I don't want to go again, because then I'm like, people are just going to look at me like, damn, she's really a sinner. But we're really all sinners. But anyways, I used to have this thing. I used to have this hang up about like going to like altar calls back to back. When all it is just you're going to the Lord being like, I need you, which you do every day. Like you need him every day. So it's not a big thing. But anyways, this morning before I went to church, after my moment of worship, I had this feeling. I feel like the Lord impressed upon my heart that there will be an altar call today and you need to go. And I didn't know what it would be about. And so after Pastor preached, he started off, I thought he was starting to pray. And sometimes he doesn't do an altar call. Sometimes he's like, I feel like we're all on the altar today. And so he won't call anyone to the altar. He'll just start praying. I thought he was doing that. So when I bowed my head to start praying, and I was like, okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe there won't be an altar call. And then he had the altar call and I was like, yep, that's for me. Shout out to obedience. Shout out to an obedient heart. But anyways, all that to say, church was great. I'm back home. I went to the grocery store. I went to Trader Joe's. I went to Whole Foods first, but I just picked up one thing, my pretzel chips. But I went to Trader Joe's. So let us get into what I got from the grocery store. All right. Sour cream and onion puffs. Delicious. Great snack. These are pretzel bites. I eat these with my hummus. Some bell peppers, green beans. I like to cook these with minced garlic. Frozen broccoli and cheddar quiche. There was only one of these. This is the last one. Like when I go, I usually get like 2 or 3 at least. I like to have these in the fridge if I don't feel like cooking, but I feel like something substantial. But there's only one, so I got the last one. Some chicken thighs, because I plan to make brown stew chicken again at some point this week. This frozen meal, butter chicken with basmati rice. Product of Canada, how cute. Yeah, I know frozen meals are not the best. Actually, I'm not gonna villainize. I'm not gonna throw shade on frozen meals. It's food that I enjoy, and that's why I bought it. Some tofu. Maybe I'll have it with like some frozen vegetables, put some teriyaki sauce on. I don't know, we'll see. Some blackberries. I would consider this my second favorite fruit. So technically my favorite fruit ever, my favorite fruit in the entire world is Nesberry. It's a Jamaican fruit, but obviously I can't get Nesberry up here. My favorite fruit that I can get on a consistent basis are blackberries. Love blackberries. I'll probably finish these in one sitting. Some potatoes, because I like to eat potatoes. I would eat potatoes before I eat rice, except for when I'm eating curry chicken, I have to have jasmine rice, and except rice and peas. So it's like rice and peas, jasmine rice and curry chicken, potatoes. But then rice by itself with any other protein. Chicken broth concentrate, because when I make the brown stew chicken, I need chicken broth. Dark chocolate covered almonds. I didn't need these. These were just in the aisle when I was waiting to check out. They always get me. They always get me with something. I always go in there knowing exactly what I want. And then as I'm exiting, you know at the checkout at Trader Joe's, they have like the lines are aisled. The lines are aisled, wow. The aisles are lined with like snacks. and I always get something. I don't need this, but I like almonds, I like dark chocolate, and so that's why I have these. Then I bought this trail mix bar. Again, I don't know why. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know why I bought this. Then last but not least, I have some raspberry mousse cakes. So all of those items came to a total of $49.37. Now I do have to go to the UPS store to drop off some Amazon returns. So I'm gonna do that before I get comfortable.
Like 2 weeks.
I think it's been more.
All right, so I am back home, finished my Amazon returns, and now I'm going to study. So I have been kind of slacking on studying for my CDCES. I've been telling people I'm studying for it, and like quite honestly, I've been studying for it since like 2024, not consecutively, on and off. See, I plan to take this exam in 2025, but I did not foresee that I would have such a staffing shortage and have to step in and be a dietitian and a manager at the same time. Plus in 2025, I started teaching, and so the entirety of the year was spent either doing 2 jobs or preparing for a 3rd job that would start that fall. And so all of that just means no time to study. But I think I'm in a much better position to take the exam this year, hopefully sometime end of March, maybe April. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna study. A colleague of mine, Lauren, she wrote the exam and passed last year or the year before. And so she recommended me to use this review guide. And so that's what I'm gonna be doing today. I watched Coach Beverly Tomasian's, what does she call them? Like lectures, kind of like review lectures for the exam. So I watched those. A nurse that I work with, she's a diabetes educator and a DNP, and she took her exam last year, and she really recommended Coach Bev's web series. Like she's like, I swear by it. It was the best study prep. And then I have another colleague who wrote the exam in 2023 and passed, and she recommended an app. I'll put the app on the screen in case there's any dietitians or other healthcare providers that are interested in taking their CDCES exam. And so those are the 3 things that I'm using to study for my exam. So yeah, for the next hour or so, I'm just gonna work through some practice questions and study. Yeah. And the 2 that I got wrong, I was going back and forth with, and both of them, the right answer was my first answer, and then I switched my answer. So note to self, trust your gut. But now I'm going to read the answers that I got wrong. Number 14. Okay, so it says a 72-year-old woman is referred to begin twice daily insulin injections via vial and syringe. Other known information: they live alone, limited income, polypharmacy, and prescribed insulin. She's on a 70-30 premixed insulin, 17 units before breakfast, 14 units before dinner. The question was, what other potential barrier to effective insulin therapy warrants assessment? A, diminished taste. B, financial concerns. C, altered pain perception. D, physical activity. So I initially put B, financial concerns, which is the right answer. But then I thought maybe altered pain perception is the answer, because maybe if the pain perception is altered, maybe she can't feel the pain and she keeps injecting in the same site. And sometimes if you keep injecting insulin in the same site over and over and over again, you can develop, I can't even remember what it's called, but it's like you develop kind of like scarring around that area, such that if you keep injecting in that scarred area, the insulin actually doesn't get absorbed like it needs to, and the insulin is not used as it needs to. And so you're basically you're not getting enough insulin. But the correct answer is financial concerns. So it says, expenses are often a major concern for older adults. Diminished taste is unrelated to insulin therapy, and altered pain perception is generally not a concern because of the size of the needles currently used. Okay. Although physical activity can affect insulin requirements, it's generally not a barrier to insulin therapy. Okay, cool. All right, so it's a few hours later, well, maybe just an hour later, I finished studying, and now I'm gonna do my hair. So as you can see, my hair is washed, blow dried, and today I'm going to try kind of curling it. The TYMO hair curler. I saw a few shorts and like YouTube videos of like Black women with my texture hair using this and trying to get like a, kind of like a, what is it, like a roller set look, but just using this. So I bought this from Amazon and I'm gonna try using it today. I also bought some new things from Sephora to help me with this blowout. So the first thing I got is the Amika Brooklyn Bombshell Blowout Spray. The second thing that I got is the Amika Superfruit Star Lightweight Hairstyling Oil. I think what I'll do is I'll spray the hair with this blowout spray and then use the hairstyling oil and then use the curler. I really know what I'm doing. I really don't. Like I'm gonna have a clue. And so we're just gonna try it out. We're just gonna try it out and see what happens. I have pretty fine hair, as you can see. And so I feel like the blowout kind of gives a little bit more volume. So let's see. I also went to Sally's. Look at this cute little disposable bag. Okay, so also, I'm Jamaican, right? So obviously my mom's Jamaican. I grew up with my mommy always referring to it as Sally's, like plural. So when I went to the store today, I was like, why is it just Sally? Who is Sally? It's not Sally's. Is it just me or did anybody else's mom call it Sally's? Like I'm pretty sure she said Sally's. She never said I'm going to Sally. She said I'm going to Sally's. But anyways, I went to Sally's. I went to Sally. That sounds weird. I don't like it. But anyways, I went to the beauty supply store and I got these night curl. I think the brand is Olivia Garden curlers. So this is for after I curl it, if it like looks good and I like it, I'm going to use the curlers to like maintain it in the curl until I'm ready to go out. I'm going to use this now. Use it. Detangle damp hair with wide tooth comb. Oh. I'm supposed to use this on damp hair. It'll have to do. And this says, prior to heat styling, apply 1 to 2 pumps to damp or dry hair. All right, 1, 2. Instead of sectioning it, I'm just gonna blow dry in very small pieces. Okay, I'm gonna start with the middle heat setting. Okay. How do I know it's like ready? Maybe I should read the instructions. I don't know why I thought this would like blow, but it's not a blow dryer. Use clips to hold the curls in place. I don't have clips. Okay. I'm just gonna try to do what I saw in the video. Okay, it stopped blinking, so I feel like it's ready. So the tip doesn't get hot, so I guess you can hold it. Okay. All right, that didn't really curl it. Let's see what it does on a higher heat setting. Y'all, this is not curling how I needed it to curl. It's just, okay, I'm gonna go up to the highest heat setting and I'll see. If this is all that it's giving, I wanted a curl, not a curl. All right, we're up to an orange, the highest heat setting, 395. All right, folks, I think that's it. I feel like this is just a straightener. It's not a curling brush. But you know, the product is already in my head. Let me play around with this and see what it can do, and I'll check back in later. What a fail. Yeah, good straightener, I guess. Like not silk press straight, but like straightened your hair. But in terms of like a curling tool, yeah. The most annoying part about things like this, like the fact that my hair didn't turn out the way I thought, is that's like an hour and 15 minutes that I'll never get back. I'm late for dinner. Yeah, I'm late. All right, I just got home. It's walking into my apartment. It's such a mess. Last minute shoe change. Snack right before I left the house. This chaos. I air dry my sports bras. Haven't transferred my new flowers to the vase yet or got rid of the old ones. In order to sleep peacefully, I need to clean up. Much better. Good night.